Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Old Redeye's Theater. I hope you're all having a great week. Today, we are continuing our journey through one of my favorite new movie series, Best of the Best. We will be watching Best of the Best 3, No Turning Back. It has our amazing Phillip Rhee in it, but sadly, we lose Eric Roberts, and if I had to guess, he's probably preparing to get dropped off a fire escape by Batman at some point. But regardless, this movie is going to be amazing, so without further ado, this is Redeye Reviews. Okay, firstly, it is important to say, this movie involves some pretty heavy themes around racism and white supremacy. They are the bad guys, obviously, and they get their asses good and kicked. The days of karate tournaments are over for this series, apparently, and it gets pretty intense from here. So rest assured, I will mention those parts to just provide clarity about the plot, but I will not be hanging around those scenes very long, as my channel is supposed to be fun and not remind you of the shitty people in the world. So I will be referring to them as poop heads and shit brains and other fecal-related insults.
Oh, strong word. Appropriate, but strong.
This movie script was written by a guy named Barry Gray, and it was actually originally titled No Turning Back, and the lead was supposed to be an African-American Marine returning from war, but when Phillip Rhee saw the script, he liked it so much that he offered to produce the movie, but only if they rewrote the character to be instead Tommy Lee, and that he could include it in the Best of the Best series, and thus this movie was created. We start with an adorable little kid running through a field, and it's so calm, it's so peaceful. This movie is not bad so far. Very Little House on the Prairie. I do have a bad feeling, though, and while the little one goes off to school, these shitbirds show up, they kidnap the Reverend, and they burn the church down. And I am telling you, man, burning churches is a ballsy way to start a movie. It's either going to help the movie or hurt the movie beyond repair. And judging by the Rotten Tomato, let's just say I could predict the future. We cut to the typical Southern family. Some kid who's like way too old to walk around looking like this.
Sit around your underwear again, drink beer? There's an opening at the diner.
I ain't flipping no burgers.
Yeah, maybe your underwear are on a little too tight. Calm down, child.
Never betray your white brothers. Never rest.
Oh my god, we are supposed to be watching a karate movie, right? I assume that's happening at some point?
Under one God, for one unpolluted race.
Alright, you knuckle dragger. At least memorize your lines so you don't have to write them on the back of that dude's head.
Dear Reverend, nobody said anything about killing. I just want to read you the paper.
You're reading your lines straight from the newspaper now. Yeah, that doesn't count. You're supposed to memorize your lines, but I guess I can't be that surprised. So these mouth breathers, they do kill the Reverend, and it's super uncomfortable. It makes us definitely hate all the bad guys. But later that day, the rest of the town finds the church burned down. They learn of the missing Reverend, and you guys messed up real bad. I've seen a lot of Marvel movies, and this is literally how you create a superhero. This kid is going to grow up and absolutely destroy some fools. Then we see somebody shows up into town. Oh, who's this pretty lady? Oh no, wait, that's Tommy Lee. Oh wait, it's Tommy Lee. Finally, we can start feeling good about this movie. So, Tommy goes to a diner to make a phone call. Some of those good old boys show up. Tommy's over there in the corner trying to call Eric Roberts back into his franchise. And he's like, Eric, I made a karate movie with white supremacists in it. I think I bit off a little more than I could chew. It's like way darker, man. It's so intense. I don't know what to do here. And Eric's like, yeah, I'm not going to touch that shit with a 9.5-foot pole. So good luck with that. We do have a tense little scene where they're racist, which, come on, not really surprising. But Tommy does leave without any conflict. He then sees his friend, and it's Shooter McGavin. Thank God you're here, man. There's a bunch of racist shitheads running around.
You're in big trouble, though, pal. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
Hell yeah, you do. Okay, this movie is turning around. So Tommy goes to hang out with Shooter, and Shooter's wife turns out to be Tommy's sister. Yeah, like each one of these movies, they just like add a new sibling to Tommy's family. He's got his brother, his aunt, now his sister. The fourth one's probably going to have like his twin. You know what? I'm calling it right now. The fourth one has his twin. So they head into town for some ice cream, and surprise, surprise, the dumb suckers show up, and they attack all of them. Tommy does attempt to beat the racism out of them, but I don't know, maybe he didn't like kick them as hard as he should have to do that. So they're still racist, but they run away. We then cut to some time later, maybe the next day, and we're at like a local fair. Tommy is dressed like a clown. He's heckling small children.
Hey, kid, what's the matter? You didn't eat your Wheaties? Ha ha ha! That's strike two!
It's supposed to be fun, I guess. I guess we're supposed to forget about the racism. But quickly are we reminded, because the town's infested with these vermin, so even more of them show up. They try to mess with this teacher lady. Her name is Margot.
Who the hell are you, boy? Homie, the killer clown.
And yeah, killer clown Tommy dominates those fools. At one point, he manages to literally kick all three of them with a single blow, which is great. Probably because the shoes are so large.
Hey, lady, you're welcome.
I don't understand. This movie confuses me already. Are we trying to be serious and fight racism, or are we trying to be funny? Because I have never heard of a comedic karate white supremacy movie before, and you know, now that I think about it, there's probably a good reason for that. We then cut to town hall. They're holding a hearing on selling some land to those neo-Nazis. Arlie Ermy is in this movie, and he's great because he's really good at playing an unlikable guy. He's like a preacher, and he preaches to the white supremacists, so people like him. However, the town finally stands up for themselves.
Most of us do not like what Mr. Bryan has to say, but we've always respected his right to say it. Well, I say liberty is not for sale. It is a free country, Mr. Bryan.
Okay, girl, reel in the accent. Just a smidge. You are kicking ass. This is a great speech, but just, you know, stay in your lane.
Small step for man, one giant. I have a dream.
And now the Nazis are mad because they can't make their little anger village any larger, and they hate Tommy Lee because he like knows karate. No! Oh, not like this. The 80s have taught me to love training courses. I like all the ninja practice facilities. I like the rope courses. But now these walking ashtrays are just going to ruin it for me. They're like cutting tires and shit.
No! No!
We're skipping the scene. We're skipping the scene. So angry. But back at evil headquarters, the drill sergeant has now realized that Nazis might not be good people. And so he kind of like turns sides, which I don't know why you're surprised, but you do seem surprised that you get stabbed in the stomach. Man, you really can't go a movie without being killed by a psychopath. Tommy sneaks into their base to learn more about what they are planning, but he gets seen pretty quickly and he's forced to run away. However, it's kind of weirdly perfect timing because he runs away to that teacher's house and she's currently getting attacked by racists. And Tommy shows up and he wrecks these fools. He does a backflip 2-foot like face kicker thing. It's so cool. So him and that lady escape the house. They run out through the yard. They run over to a boat and they flee across the river. Wow, okay, you thought your racism powers would make you a better shot, but that wasn't even close. Look at where these bullets are landing.
Horrible aim.
But we also learned that while Tommy was away, these dicks also kidnapped the children from the house. So now, you know, it's more personal. Him and Shooter McGavin are going to go mess these fools up. They sneak back into the compound. They attack all the bad guys. We get some awesome like gunfights, some pretty great kicks. At one point, he does this. Which for real, I'm pretty sure that is a practical stunt. And it is pretty awesome. Meanwhile, the teacher shows up with a school bus because teachers only can drive school buses. They find the children, they get them on the bus. Shooter McGavin gets Shooter McShot in the arm. But he will be okay, don't worry there.
Come on!
That poop head found an RPG? It went right through the window. That's a very slow-moving rocket, first of all. And second of all, yes, I called him a poop head. There's only so many insults I can think up on the fly. But while escaping, she drives the bus straight through like a ton of fire. So I think it's pretty safe to assume her, the kids, Shooter McGavin, they're probably all dead. But no, they're not. That windowless school bus is impenetrable. So they are fine. Meanwhile, Tommy is fighting the main racist, the super racist, and he's kicking his ass. And then at the end of the fight, yeah, he does that one thing that everybody does in a movie where you think he kills the main bad guy and then he spares his life to prove a point.
Oh no, Bud! You made a big mistake!
Okay, you might have spared his life, but the way he's talking, I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a head injury for the rest of his life. But the other racists surprisingly don't listen to their fearless leader, and they actually kill the dude. Yeah, that's right. Tommy Lee has ended racism. All these white guys are no longer racist. Like, he literally karate kicked the hate out of them. We get one more explosion for no reason, just because it's there. Tommy, stop walking. Tommy, no, stop. You're very close to a fire, and you appear to be covered in baby oil. Whew. Okay, that was close. Not as close to the end of the movie, because guess what? We're at it, baby. The movie is over. And before we go forward, I do just want to say I found this movie super weird. I did not know what I was getting myself into. How do you go from a karate tournament to an underground karate tournament to neo-Nazis attacking a small town and Tommy Lee saves the day? I will admit, it caught me off guard. And it's weird because, like, it's super serious in scenes and it's really heavy and they're all horrible. They use all the horrible hate words. But then they show Tommy as, like, a clown being silly and walking all goofy. Like, the dichotomy just, it doesn't work. I'm sorry. It doesn't really work. But maybe that's why no one has ever watched this movie. And yeah, old Redeye knows the word dichotomy. Okay, let's head on over to Redeye Reacts.
Now, do you think that God created heaven and earth?
Oh my god, the bad guys are led by Full Metal Alchemist? Wait, shit, that's not right. Jacket. Okay, this scene makes me super uncomfortable, but this dude's nipple placement makes it even worse. It's like they're trying to run away from his chest.
I hate blind dates.
I've told you, it's not a blind date, it's Justin's teacher.
Tommy, dude, that grill is way too full. If I could talk grilling because, well, old Redeye knows how to grill some food, you're going to cool your coals down too much, man. There's not enough oxygen flow. You're never going to get any of that cooked in time. You jumped and kicked all three of them? Where did that extra foot come from?
Well, I see a certain kitten still knows how to scratch.
Oh my god, are they racist or are they zombies?
These are some racist motherfucking zombies. Oh, hell no.
Now I will see what color your blood is.
Hey, excuse me, Mr. Racist. Your tattoo looks a little leaky.
Your frog is leaking.
This hep cat has a black belt in mayhem.
All right, everybody, that is everything. Thanks again for watching. Up next is Best of the Best 4, the last one in this group of movies. It's called Best of the Best 4 Without Warning. A girl fleeing Russian mobsters plants a stolen computer disk on Tommy Lee, and he is thrust into his most harrowing adventure ever. Okay, that description is starting to make him sound a little like Steven Seagal, so let's just be careful there. But thanks again for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, Please subscribe to the channel. We are climbing to 1,000 and we are really picking up steam and it's super awesome. Like the video, hit the bell to get reminded, leave some comments. Have you seen Best of the Best 3? Good God, is it a movie? It certainly is a movie. It starts, it has some stuff in the middle, and it ends. But on that note, thank you again. We will see you next time, and until then, stay happy and stay healthy.